Hello. Hello. Happy September, everybody. Did you know that it's September? I wasn't sure if I wanted to say something stupid like it's time. Happy that it's September. That means it's time. And it's like, what time is it? It's time. That's all I got. Sorry. Hello. It is time that exists, yes. For you, it's more like September and not the subscription guy. Ah, yes, of course. I love September. That's where I am submissive, right? That's the joke. The joke is that I get to be submissive for an entire month. But you see, the problem with that, or the thing you're not acknowledging, is that it's always September for me. Ugh. Yep. That's it. I thought it was you being substandard. Oh my god. No. No, I'm a good. I'm a good. I do good. I did good. I'm a good who do good. Very good. I'm above standard. Right? Right, guys? I'm above standard, right? No? Can I even, like, brown on this model?
Okay.
Kind of difficult. I'm sure, you know, after 7 years, I'll remember to adjust my facial settings. It's a tough balance, you know. I came, but for the cookie. Am I the cookie? I'm just wondering. Asking for a friend. Alright,
Hey there.
you're kind of kooky. I am! How did you notice? I am kind of kooky. A little kooky, a little strange, a little weird. A little goofy, you know? I feel like we can get to talking to people. So we failed to complete the parallax yesterday. It turns out that if your units are bad and they are like partway through still trying to become relevant and useful, and you're underleveled for the paralog, that it's not a good look. It's not it's kind of bad. So I guess I will use my professor points before I forget to do that, or forget what I wanted to do with that. But what I wanted to do was level up heavy armor and axes so that I can become a fortress knight. Or not fortress knight. Whatever the armored... I think it's armored knight to start. So that I can actually tank things. Hopefully, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how damage reduction works in this game. And then we've got some supports. We have some other... Got like Abyss people to talk to, like...
You're going with it feels like the glory.
Okay, so now we have D and heavy armor. You can teach me axes again? I think Seteth can teach me axes. Let's just hope they get strong before time skip, or it's gonna be rough. Yeah, I'm hoping so. I'm definitely hoping they will. Was there anything in the box? There's one note. I could say I have no concerns, but of course I would be lying. My ambitions are endless. Soon I shall bind the very firmament to my will. The clouds will obey my commands. Constance, that's called mental illness. I mean, here you go. Really? I don't know, I picked the one that sounded like, yeah, go reach for the stars, your dreams, whatever. Gonna be funny when Gilbert fucks off after the time skip, so half your armor training will be gone. Yeah. I mean, I literally don't know. First of all, I don't know what level of armor you need to get the things. Right? To get to each thing. And do you not get heavy armor training when you are like the class? So for a flyer, right? Like a flyer class, I think you get flying XP by just existing. Is that not the same for armored classes? I think you do, but it's pretty slow. Yeah, I mean, it's good enough. Gotta love all the bugs in Risk of Rain 2 now. Who doesn't enjoy when the final boss becomes immortal, or the death screen being playable, or enemies being FPS dependent, or enemy spawns being FPS dependent? Yeah, generally, if any, I was gonna say if any game system, and sound like a total idiot, but there's definitely a lot of things that are like, okay, if this is tied to FPS, what could possibly go wrong? I think the funniest thing that I remember, or like the thing that sticks out in my head that I remember this when trying to consider whether or not like you need it to happen at a frame level, at a frame rate level. It's the knife in Resident Evil 2, where it's like it does damage based on like checks. I guess I'm assuming this is how I'm assuming it works. It's like checks for like when the actual knife object is like slashing through the thing, whatever it is. But it's at the frame level, so you'll slash into something, and if you have like 2,000 frames per second, it's gonna do like 2,000 checks for damage, and then you just like kill things immediately. Or it's like, maybe it's like one specific boss, I don't know. It's very silly. Old games that natively have uncapped frame rate and have physics tied to the frame rate will always be funny. Yes. Yes, yes. Yeah, it's funny because I never really... I feel like I never really understood like the difference. And also like still nowadays I don't... It's not like I specifically know all of the use cases or reasons why you do one or the other, but there's like 2 different loop functions, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. Well, it's like you put it in the main loop for anything that is looping, anything that has a loop or needs to update every frame or like consistently update. And then I was always like, wait, but why are there 2? Why are there 2 of them? Why is there delta time and also fixed delta time. What is the difference? And then I think about it again and go like, damn, someone had to make fixed delta time. It's like, originally, it was just like, okay, well, between every frame, and that's like, wait, that's not good. Probably don't do that one. So it's like, okay, one of them is like time between frames. Yeah, I don't, again, this is the thing where it's like, I don't remember the specifics of these things every time, and I swear I look it up every time. But I do get it right in final implementation every time. I don't know. It's just needing to think about the fact that someone had to think about that and be like, no, you want... It's like you want game critical systems to like always be checking. So like collisions. I think, yeah. Usually like collisions and stuff. But then there are, oh yeah, collisions, inputs. Inputs you usually want every frame. But then there's like a lot of other things that you don't want. And I'm trying to think of what they would be. And I can't. And that's why you know I'm a hack. Because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah, I've actually, like, recently I've come to realize that, like, it's just way easier if you do something once and then you just have a reference for how you did that thing that one time. So So I think I remember standardizing a lot of my Live 2D tools, for example, like physics parameters and stuff like that. And then even then, I will just like open an old project and look at like, this is how I did the physics for that one. And it's so weird because I feel like I'm supposed to understand what the physics do. But I really don't. Like, there's 4 parameters, and I sort of understand what they do, but I feel like I can't really manipulate them in a way that, like, is satisfying usually for the way that I want it to work. So there's duration, which is like, so given a physics impulse, how long does it take to perform the entire action? So, like, if there's a swing from left to right, if I do this, right? Like, the strands, like, wave a little bit, they wiggle a little bit. And it's literally, like, how long is the parameter that controls the wiggling? How long is it, like, waving around for? Or is it supposed to wave around for? And I don't know if that's in like seconds or it's just like an abstract value, but it's, you know. Then the second one is shaking, which that is on a scale between, like, it's a percentage scale, I think, because all of the values are like 0.8 to 0.95. So 0.95 and 0.98 are if you want something to just, like, you want it to, like, oscillate very highly. I guess. So it's kind of related to duration. Like, it's sort of related to duration. In that, like, how long something is wiggling for is dependent on that value. Like, you could set it really high, and then, like, I'm trying to think of, like, what it looks like. It looks really stupid when there's too much of it. That's all I really know or remember. And then the next two are annoying because all I know is that, like, they're sort of linked as well. I guess similar to the first two. Like, they're sort of linked, which means you want, if you raise one value, you kind of want to lower the other value, or that tends to work the best. Generally, when I see tuned physics parameters or in any of the study files that I've bought, like, they tend to be related. So one is overall acceleration, and then the other one is... now I don't even remember what the other one is. What is it called? I just don't remember what it's called. It's overall acceleration... Oh, reaction time? I think? Maybe. Yeah, which is like, what the fuck do either of those mean? I don't know. But it's something like you can either have a pendulum that reacts very quickly. Oh yeah, I think that's what it is. So yeah, reaction time is like there's a slight delay between like when the thing triggers the physics parameter, I think, and when the pendulum actually feels like it wants to start moving. And then overall acceleration is like, I'm trying to think. It's like how long it takes to get to its maximum thing based on the input of the physics parameter. The thing is, all of this could be wrong, just for the record. So the way I described all of those could just be, like, literally incorrect. Which I find really funny. Because I feel like I have some presets that make sense, and I'm like, yeah, I'll use those here. Yeah, that's good here. I'll do that here. Right? But it just, sometimes you just fuck around with it for a little bit to see if it works. I know that the ratio of like 1.2 to 0.8 is quite good, or like 1.4 to 0.6 is like pretty good. And durations at around 10 tend to have like the right feel to them. Whereas like, it's funny, one of the presets, the baked in presets is like bust brackets small. So if you, the implication is for small booba. But the pendulum is like duration of 3. So it, you know, you would assume that there isn't much physics or force and that it would stop like jiggling because the booba is small very fast. But the problem is it's like the physics impulse is just like too low. You know what I mean? Like it's not even, like it's lame. Like you can add a little bit more jiggle to it. Right? Good artist reference, great artist steal. Quote, me, I came up with this. This is totally my quote. Unfortunately, I'm not an artist. I'm just a thief. Yeah. I don't remember who actually said that quote. Okay, basically everything got accidentally tied to frame rate in the bug date. Hilarious. Oh, where it wasn't before. Yeah. That's bizarre. I don't know how they managed that. You would need to have, like, refactored a lot of code. Or be a real programmer and don't even do it the first time, just rip the code from elsewhere. Yeah, see, this is the interesting thing about when people say, like, ah, yes, instead of, like, doing code, just find the code somewhere else. Which, I will say that there is a lot of programming that is just, like, understanding someone else's code and then using it. Right? That is my understanding, at least. But oftentimes, like, the use case you need it for needs to be adapted. So it's like, okay, I understand that the way that they are implementing this thing, right? So there's like a, I guess there's like a critical threshold or a mass, like critical mass or threshold or something, right? Where if something is basic enough, it's like, well, how do you not know how to use, like, a loop to instantiate, like, an array of objects, or, like, to move data from, like, a list to another list? Like, this is very basic, like, for each loops. And I guess there's probably, like, other ways to do it. I haven't looked into... Apparently something that's really important is, like, database structure management stuff. I have no fucking idea. I haven't looked at that stuff. I'm a gameplay programmer. I don't fucking... I don't know anything about efficiency. But yeah, so you would say, like, okay, I know that I need this data over there. And that's kind of, like, very basic. And there's, like, basic building block tools that are, like, hey, you could break it down into the principles of, I am just moving this data over there, and that, like, is the effect that I want. Right? And then sometimes there's, like, more complicated stuff that doesn't make as much sense, I guess. I'm a little tired. That's gonna be my excuse. I am a little EP, so trying to explain this is difficult for me, but there is stuff that has very specific implementation that you're like, well, I never could have fucking thought about that. Right? But I think it really needs to go past, like, basic principles in order to... I guess what I'm saying is that there's a balance between, like, how actually complicated is this thing and how much of it is basic principles. Because sometimes, like, if it's, like, 80% basic principles, but you don't understand 20% of it, you might look at someone else's code and be like, oh, that's, like, the 20% that I didn't understand, right? And, like, I need to insert these things, like, kind of over here, and then it works. Right? At least that's my experience of programming. I don't know for other people. That I don't literally, like, just Control-C, Control-V code and then, like, adjust some variables and hope it works. I really don't often do that. I will frequently look at references for how they wanted to do something. Oh my god. Eli, thank you so much. Thank you for the super. Damn. Just to let you know, Eli, the Lysithia and Pope Mom are, like... They're really far in the lead, my dude. I mean, like... You gotta give other people some hope, you know? They gotta have hope. What hope do they have to beat? I think it's something $50 now. That's crazy, dude. That's wild. Yep, they're both at 50 now. But thank you. Yeah, so, anyways. I feel like there's a mix between, well, of course I would just understand this because it's literally just basic variable manipulation. And then there's, like, how the fuck does this specific class in Unity work? Because I don't know. Okay.
What is it? I assume you... Still,
And I'll be juicing some of the other candidates towards the end of the run, and I don't expect to be the only one doing so. I mean, hey, that's fair, that's fair. I'm just saying, like, you know, I don't want people to think there's no hope.
Right.
But I'll take it. Also, for the record, I guess, Lysithia hasn't joined yet. She doesn't want to join. I don't know why she doesn't want to join. Oh, hi Panda, how's it going? It's okay. You didn't miss any good yapping. I was just chatting out my ass and have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. What am I doing with my professor points? I know I wanted to do the training, so I did the training. But now what do I do with the rest of my professor points? Do I do food? Hi, Berg. Welcome. I think we do food. Oh, I don't want to... I don't know. Oh, I need to remember that I can give people gifts for motivation. Oh, and I guess the reason I'm doing this is for Professor XP. Mostly for Professor XP. I don't need that. These ones. And then we'll go talk to people in Abyss, and then we have supports. I need to sip my coffee. I'm so sleepy. So sleepy. Why am I so sleepy? The answer is because I didn't sleep much, but... This time, I was up doing art, and then forgot, or not forgot, lost track of time. It's the look down, look up. It's 3 a.m. Do you know where your kids are? Still resting my eye because of what I said last time, but I can stay for a short bit. Also, I am giving the others a fighting chance. Otherwise, I'd have donated much more. That's fair. You know what, Eli? I respect it. I appreciate that, and, yes. I'm glad you are all invested in forcing me to marry people. We unlocked the A support with Rhea, by the way. We can't do it yet, but we at least have it, so we're on the right track. We're not slacking. But Rhea might catch me whacking. Is that doesn't sound cool literally at all. You know what slang I really don't understand how to use in context? Ate. It's like, damn. Like, that stream, they ate. They ate that stream. It's like, I don't... Like, I get it, but it sounds so wrong to me. Like, does anyone use ate, like, in their day-to-day?
Hi.
Am I proving how fucking old I am by saying I don't know how to use that? Like, I think of ate more in context to, like, eating. Like you're eating, like, someone out. You know? And I'm just saying that, like, that's a little different. That's definitely different. I haven't seen anyone talk like that before. Yeah, it's just like, what the... Man... I don't understand. I don't get it. I'm dumb. Please help me. Never heard of it? Apparently it's a Gen Alpha slang. Wait, Gilbert is here! What the fuck?
A moment, please.
I thought he was gone. Oh my god, dude. But he's there. He's right there. I could have had heavy armor already. God damn it.
I thought we might, if only this...
That's Hanneman. I'm looking for the other old
There are
man.
more nights at the
There
underlight
we go.
is most distressing. Professor, what do you think?
What if I say this?
Goddess, you have spoken your blasphemy, and I would suggest a hasty apology.
I don't know. What if it is? I'd want Sothis to turn me into a zombie, I guess. Maybe, I think. I don't know. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Is being turned into a zombie, like, Is that basically the same as being a Coomer? Like, I don't know. The other old man? Which one? Well, I was talking to Hanneman, and then I said the other old man, and this is the other old man. There's that guy. He was slightly different old man. It's more of a gay community slang as far as I know. I see. Yeah, I don't know. I've just never really heard anyone say 8. Like, damn, they ate that performance. Like, they ate it for breakfast? How did they eat it? I see that the max donation is $500, so I could have just made this marriage candidate a done deal at the start with 100 to 500.
Okay.
That would certainly make it very difficult, I think, for other people to match it. I think if you donated $500 to have a random person on the internet, random cringe lord on the internet, guaranteed to marry a Fire Emblem candidate, I would certainly question your
Hey there.
logical processes. You know, not that I would decline $500 ever for any reason. I have certainly sucked dick for less. You know when there's like a thought in your brain and then you're like, ah, yes, I'm going to say that, and that's going to be really funny. But then you say it out loud and you're like, I didn't expect myself to say that out loud. It's like me who said that I was about to say I've sucked dick for less. Me actually saying it for surprised Pikachu face. Like, huh. The others deserve a fair shot. Besides, it wouldn't be as entertaining now, would it? Exactly. You gotta give them some hope. Cesar still wants to make Dorothea in the running. Because here's the other thing. If Dorothea is like 5% and we roll Dorothea, it'll be great. It won't be great because I'll have to marry Dorothea. And I really don't want to do that. But what I'm saying is that it'd be great. Have you ever killed anyone? Yes, I have murdered multiple people.
Have you ever killed anyone?
Yep, I've killed so many people. Yes.
But only bad people, right?
No. Actually, sometimes we kill the good people.
What? Seriously?
What a strange conversation. Sorry, that must have been a weird thing to say.
Hey you, listen up. I've got something to report. Mr. Backup doesn't come by anymore, which is fine. Not incredibly rude or anything. Nope, just fine.
Oh, I'm not lonely, really. Oh, Abyss Keeper. I'm sure they'll come back. They'll come back, Abyss Keeper. I swear. They're just like out, you know, on like a mission or something. I'm sure he wants to come back, Abyss Keeper. Oh. Is there any of the candidates that you're hoping to win? I am kind of curious, actually, how how the Rhea marriage will go. Though it does end up also rooting for Lysithea. I guess it's 2 separate roles, so it doesn't matter. It's not like we're gonna roll at one time and have that be for both, because that makes no fucking sense. But I guess I'm also kind of curious, like, what Edelgard's thing is. Like, what that looks like. I don't even know how that would work. Because I'm pretty sure I remember the conclusion of the route. Either because I looked it up or something, but I don't know how that works in that route. But I am definitely curious what Rhea says. Many other thoughts flooded my mind. and none of them were appropriate. So I'm not going to say any of them. Hi, Happy.
Chatterbox, what's wrong with you? Go home.
Is the reason she calls me Chatterbox because I'm, like, quiet as fuck? Because that's cute, and I did not realize that at all. Okay, bye.
Good. No offense, but you look awful.
What the
It's all right,
fuck?
okay? Sleep is really important when you're feeling down.
Yes. That's cute. That is very cute. Happy, you talk a lot. Violet. Ellipses. Where's Baltus? Baltus, my guy. My friend.
I hear you partied hard after winning the Battle of the Eagle and Lion. That a fact? Fighting, drinking. Damn. Maybe I should have crashed that party.
I would have invited you.
This, I knew you'd win. Counted on it, in fact. What do I mean by that? Don't worry about it.
Sorry, did you bet on me? Sorry, was the implication you literally bet on me winning the Battle of the Eagle and Lion? Like literally you were gambling? Let's go gambling. We won big. Let's go gambling. Let's go. They made a second one. The one that was about winning at gambling, and I don't remember what it was. Yeah, let me see if I can find it. Because I want to remember what the words were. Let's go gambling. 2. Camel Core 2. Oh yeah, it was this one. It's... Okay, you guys can hear that, but it's... Let's be financially responsible. I can't stop winning. I can't stop winning. Oh, man. Okay. In Fire Emblem Heroes, Violet confirmed that the canon response to that nickname in her conversation with Happy is, I am no chatterbox. Oh. That's how he got into so much debt. He's a gambling fiend.
News of the affair at Romire Village has reached me. The situation seems rather dire. Any threat to the lives of the common folk must be met with swift action.
Yes, we will tear them limb from limb. I mean, yeah.
You share my views? That speaks well of you. You have more than a commoner's share of integrity.
First of all, what the fuck? Second of all, what the fuck? What? What do you mean by that? What's wrong with being a commoner, Constance? Well, you want to say something?
Given your concern, would it not be appropriate for you to depart rather than idling the time away?
You know what? You know what? I don't know. Yo! They're fucking squatting! I was trying to think of, like, literally anything I could say without, you know... Yeah, Abyss Slavs. I was trying to think of something to be able to say, but realized that I'm not actually, you know... I think if... I can't say a very convincing bleh. You know what I mean? Like, that's not...
I can't shake the feeling that what went
I
down
can't
in
speak.
my village is something other than a plague. I guess it's best not to go sticking our noses in it, lest they get cut off.
I thought it was really funny, recently, because I want to say that I don't often hear the swears in, like, what would be the term here? It's like heritage. There's a specific word for like the ethnicity of your parents. Because like white nationality is, you know, I think pretty obviously somewhere in the EST time zone. I was trying to think of like what is the word for the thing. You can't speak because of the water. Oh, thank you, Eli. That's very flattering that you would want to throw white paint on me. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate having very passionate fans. Thank you. The point is, sorry, I was watching a like commentary creator, content creator something, and they recently just like swore in a language that I know that I don't normally hear swearing in, and I was like, huh? Wait, what the fuck? I like whiplashed. So I wonder if it's the same for people who randomly hear Bliet. And they're like, huh? Like, what is their reaction? Also, there's more people to talk to, right? Like, other people... I think I saw a text bubble over there, but it seemed like there was a surprisingly low amount of people.
You get your hands on something valuable that you can't get on the surface?
Sure. What is it?
Money first, friend. How much you got? Ah, no, let me stop you there. That won't be enough.
Wait, what? I have
Maybe
tons of
next
money.
See you around.
What the fuck? Wait, what? I have so much gold. What? What the fuck? You're very welcome. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Maybe you need to break 10k. Not even 10k? What the fuck? They could have just told me! And then it would have gone gambling. Let's go gambling. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. If you have to ask, you can't afford it. What the fuck?
Hey, you. Want to help me out with my magical research?
I want to say yes, but, like, it depends. Like, are you turning me into a frog? I don't think I would want to be turned into a frog.
I just need to open you up. And
Okay, no, alright. No. I decline. I'm good.
No? Well, would you lend me a few
No.
at least?
Sure, open you. What the fuck? What the hell? Sable, I didn't know you wanted to be
Hey, you.
opened up or have hair removed from you. I don't know. There's no way to actually buy the item. Okay, got it.
Hey, you, listen up, Mr. Back.
I'm disappointed in you. Wait, what do you mean? What are you disappointed? It's funny that you can hear the bell all the way down there in the abyss. Yeah. No, the bell is baked into my brain. It can be opened up and survive. It's understandable. Yeah, who are you disappointed in? Are you disappointed in me because I don't want to get opened up? I mean, listen. I've been closed off for several years. Ain't nothing gonna open me up now. Thanks, Abel. Called out. 4K'd even. She could be a totally competent surgeon, but you like because she said it in a weird, sexy way. Yeah, I would like. What do they mean by that? What do they mean by that? I'm concerned. I'm confused and concerned. Okay, so
Maybe.
did I buy all the bait yet? I don't know if I have. Hello.
Hello there.
I did buy all the bait. Oh yeah, can I make like killer weapons? Because I think I remember... What makes killer weapons? Is it from iron? It's from iron. And you need black sand steel. I can't use these because I don't have C and axes. Black sand steel. Required 2, total 4.
Come back anytime.
Is that the thing I can buy from here? Or no?
Hello there.
I can't.
Yes.
So I can buy a bunch of killer weapons if I need to.
I think. Return soon, please.
What other people can use killer weapons? Are there killer gloves?
Hey there.
Is that a thing? Okay, well, I don't know what that is. You can buy them as well. I'm not sure if it's more economical. I don't know either.
Is this it? There you go.
I think Petra already had a...
Is this it? There you go.
She already had a killer bow, I thought. Oh, this is on the save file before I did all of that stuff, so... Oh yeah, and then I made a killer sword for Leonie, but then she didn't have C in swords. But I'm gonna get her C in swords, so I think that'll be fine. I guess I could get Constance C in swords. Do I have any iron swords in here? I do.
Is this it?
I'll make a
There you go.
couple.
Is this it? There you go.
Okay.
Come back anytime.
Funny fact, there's an exploit for farming resources and renown. Supposedly the last update of this game was supposed to fix it, but the devs instead decided to keep the exploit in anyways. Interesting. Huh. Cool.
What do you require?
There was one battalion that I wanted to have, which is this one.
Do you want to hire that you can?
Oh, was this before I bought any of these? Oh, no. I haven't bought any of the battalions yet. Because it's before I did any of the battle prep for the thing. Well, that's funny. So I guess I have the 10 bulgies. I still have to sell the 10 bulgies? Oh, I don't. Okay, well, that's funny.
Please come
Oopsie.
again.
Killer Knuckles is indeed a weapon, and they're quite good. Not as high crit as the other killer weapons, but the synergy with Brave Effect more than makes up for it. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, I'm going to quickly use the bathroom, and we'll start watching supports. BRB. Okay, I'm back. Pee-pee boy, what the fuck? Also, wait, did you nut on me literally while I was gone? What the hell, man? That's not cool. That's not cool. I mean, splash me with water. It's just very opaque white water. Yep. Oh, is this the one where
Professor.
like, they were walking in place for a bit and I was like, bro, what the fuck? Yeah, this is the month where there's just like a whole bunch of them in this room specifically and they're all walking into each other. Okay. Yeah.
Professor?
It's kind of late.
Please take my apologies. I lost time while I was training. There are not many chances for real fighting here. My body is more weak than it was. Weaker, I mean. I will keep training now. I hope your night is good.
I guess you should get some rest.
I need to have more training. There are things that I have not done yet. Things that have to be done. For the future. I have to try with hardness. Training, studying, socializing. I will not always be having time to do those things. And speaking the language of Fodlan, I worry I will never be doing it just right.
Why do you try so hard?
Why? Because the position of Bridget is weak. Fodlan and Dagda are big. Bridget is a small island in the middle of them. Bridget has great beauty, but little power. We will not survive unless we get more strength. I will lead Bridget, and so I have responsibility. I have to have more strength than anyone.
Dang. Nah, I get you.
Yes.
I understand.
That is why I have to give it my best try. I am an ally of everyone, and I have belonging at the Officers' Academy. That is also why I try with hardness. You can always be counting on me. But you should know that one of these days will be when I return to Bridget. Before that day, do not try stopping me from trying. And please, keep watching over me. With you, I can try with more hardness than I could alone.
We will not have survival mid-sentence is a nice touch. Yeah, Petra's trying her best. Petra's cute. Happy for you, Petra.
We've come such a long way.
Also, sorry. If Flower were to play D&D, then would that make Flower a dungeon masturbator? I mean, I don't have to be playing D&D to be doing that, you know what I'm saying? I'm just doing that all the time. You can't hands check me. I'm a VTuber.
After all, I was only 4 years old when we first met.
From your perfect memory, Lady Edelgard, I expect nothing short of the utmost precision. Do go on.
Please don't mock me with such frivolous praise. I can hardly recall that day.
Forgive me. I suppose I must have been 6 at the time. I have no recollection of it. My earliest memory of you is of when you were injured.
Gonna go rest my eye now, take care everybody. Right, yeah, best of luck with that. Bar actually petting 2 dogs simultaneously whenever he's not holding the controller. Yeah, exactly. I've got two doggos clearly. We're Can I please remove the maid outfit? It's starting to stink. God, Edelgard stinking. Oh my goodness. If you aren't a fan of girl stank, then, like, really, what's wrong with you?
I recall being scolded most sternly by my father.
Okay, now.
You are Lady Edelgard's servant, he said. You must protect her with your life.
I had no idea.
but House Vestra has served House Fresfeld for generations. Given that, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised.
Indeed. After that, I made certain to accompany you wherever you went. That is, until the incident.
Ah, when my uncle, Lord Arundel, defected to the kingdom and took me with him.
The sensation of loss that overcame me on that day defies all description. It was as horrific as if I'd lost all my limbs. I left the city in a mad rush to rescue you.
So wait, hold on a second. When they went to the kingdom, Hubert got tore limb from limb? Is that what he's saying? Why is that such a weird, very specific thing that they talk about whenever it has to do with the kingdom?
My father sent soldiers to capture me. I fought them off for 3 days, but they did finally manage it. Of course, I was only 10. I never would have reached Ferdia.
For 3 days? That's
I've
impressive.
never heard that story before. So there are things you've never told me.
It wasn't important.
No, Hubert, it was important. It was important. You tried to save her for like 3 days when you were just a small baby. That's important, Hubert.
That's beside the point. I wish to know these things. If there's anything else you're keeping from me, please tell me at once.
Respectfully, I decline.
Dang.
Why? It's a simple order. I really must know.
Speaking of your orders, there was a task you gave me earlier which I have yet to carry out. Excuse me.
Wait just a moment. I just hope he's not hiding anything too worrisome.
Dang. Dang, that's crazy. We will need to see the rest of their support.
I can't believe it. How can I show my face to Lady Edelgard after this?
That's what you get, Hubert. If
I
you
don't know what's
rested like
happening.
me, you wouldn't collapse from exhaustion.
As much as it pains me to say it, you're right. But to be looked after by you of all people, that might be the worst part of this.
I can't trauma dump at my lady. She has enough leaderly responsibilities on her head as it is. Yeah, exactly. I must not be a burden. I must protect Lady Edelgard. He had to excuse himself so he could burn the Hubert x Edelgard fanfic he's written. Yeah, exactly. He needs to go take out the trash. Hubert Ferdy support next?
I don't know how.
Well, I mean, like, we'll be watching stuff.
So for now, let's pretend I thanked you.
Oh, come now. Even I wouldn't abandon someone who collapsed.
Linhart, I think I'm... Oh, Lynn, I'm passing out. Oh, goodness. Oh, I'm so exhausted and overworked, and oh my goodness. Like, I'm just so very tired, and I'm collapsing. Oh, if only a very cute cleric guy came in and healed me of my exhaustion. Is he coming? I'm so exhausted. Oh goodness, man. If only just like a kind healer boy would take care of me. Stab, kill, make it stop. I think you're the only one. Anyways.
You would have in a heartbeat if anyone else had been around.
Ah, yes. Quite accurate, Hubert. Why would I ever bother to be a decent person if there were anyone else I could foist the duty upon? If your situation turned bad, it would have been an absolute hassle. I could never just leave you there.
If that were the sort of man you truly were, we could never be friends.
But if we weren't friends, I probably would have just left you.
Shame you're so reluctant to do any real work. You're actually pretty good at this. Made sure I was comfortable, checked carefully for injuries, even carried me here yourself. If only you'd apply that knowledge of yours so proactively and thoroughly all the time, you'd be a tremendous asset to the Empire.
There you go again. I see no problem with staying just the way I am. But think of it this way. In an anthill, 20% of the ants are asleep at any given time. And it's not because they're lazy. Far from it. When the working ants become tired, they go to sleep and the others wake up. That's me. I'm the ant who rests so I can work later when other people are tired.
Maybe that's true. But even if it is, it's still just a fancy way to say you let others do all the work.
Nah, Lynn is just rest maxing. You know what I mean? Just gotta... If everyone else is working all the time, then I can always be part of the 20% of the ants that are asleep. It's real simple. It's simple math.
Consider me unconvinced.
I'll consider you a bother and leave it at that. You and Edelgard work far too hard.
Nap-pilled rest maxer.
Take a break now and then. If you both
He's a rest maxing sleep cell.
effort for me to bother with.
He really
Get some
is.
rest, Hubert. Not as much as me, of course.
Fine.
When night shift people exist. Oh man. Oh wait. We can't do this one yet, Rance. Because they're I guess it takes time or something.
Looking out toward Bridget, are you?
Yes. There are some times I cannot stop my thoughts from going home. It will be much time before I return. Bridget feels... far away.
It is quite a long way. To say nothing of the sea that lies between here and there. Being unable to return must further add to the distance in your mind.
It is as you say. When I return to Bridget, I will be the new queen.
Petra, you already are a queen. Also, I feel like I get a lot of whiplash listening to Hubert because I feel like Hubert in half of the like supports, or maybe just like the way he is in the story, he really does sound like an evil henchman. But in the supports, he's just like not. It's not like unexpected. It's just like there's a bit of like, huh?
I am wishing to help relations with the Empire.
I believe you will be successful. You may not be Lady Edelgard's equal, but you are resourceful enough to make an excellent queen. And unlike Lady Edelgard, you will not be forced to harden your heart.
Oh.
Not Edelgard's equal. Is that what you are saying?
Understand that I mean no disrespect by this, but it is a fact that you are far beneath her.
Man, can I be far beneath...
Make no mistake about what would happen if you were to raise your banner in revolt against her. She would crush you mercilessly.
Oh, I'm raising my banner. Look at me, Edelgard. Oh, look, I have this banner. Gosh, wow. It sure would be a shame if I got crushed into nothingness. That would be awful. Please don't do that. But do know that I am raising this banner in protest of the Empire. Just so you know, that, yeah, I'm just saying, it's on purpose. This whole thing is to do things Edelgard struggles to do, so he basically embraces the villain role. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, in the supports, he's very... I think he's, like, a lot more normal, or less evil villainy sounding.
That is not a difference of equality. It is a difference of power.
Even if our homelands were on equal footing, Lady Edelgard would still prevail.
Simp! You're a simp, Hubert! Simp!
I can see with clarity the difference between me and Lady Edelgard. But that has no matter. I would never lose.
How amusing. For your sake, you had better hope you are right.
He never fully drops the everything for the Empire act, which is good. Because he's around friends?
Oh, it's Leonie. Perfect. The soil's ready. Let's get to planting.
She's so diligent, I can barely... Oh, look at her elbow.
There we go, all set. Now a little water.
Her sleeve's all torn. She should get that fixed.
Hey, Bernadetta, what are you doing here?
Leonie! I was,
What is it?
I was just admiring your hard work.
If you've got time to stare, you may as well help me out. Is that all you wanted to say?
Not exactly.
Well, come on, out with it.
It's the elbow.
Your elbow looks fine to me. Is it bothering
Oh
you?
my god.
Not mine, yours. Your sleeve's torn.
Huh, how about that? You're right. I didn't notice. You could have just told me right away, you know.
She really couldn't. She was incapable of.
It's just a little tear, though. Nothing to worry about.
If you don't mind, I could fix it for you. It would only take a minute.
You can do that?
I'm actually pretty good at sewing.
I never knew. Well, if you're offering, by all means. Just let me finish watering these. Oh, I guess I should get this shirt off first, though, huh?
Bernadetta's face.
What? Hold on, don't... You can't just...
Well, yep. We haven't messed with any of the new recruits' outfits. Oh yeah, I should do that.
Well, hello there, gorgeous. You're looking lovely today. Join me on a stroll around town? Aw, is a sweet girl like you doing all this hard work by yourself? That's no good. Allow me to help.
Sylvain.
Hi.
Hi. Period.
Oh, hey, Leonie. Sorry, but I'm kind of in a hurry right now.
Hey! Get back here!
Whoa, no need to yell. Do you need something?
You chat up all the girls like that, don't you?
What a terrible thing to say. I see a girl, I figure it would be rude just to pass her by without at least a wink, or a nice word. But you knew that, so I'm going to get going now. See you, Leonie.
Wait, now hold on. How come it's not rude for you to just pass me by?
What? Huh? What? I assumed she would have been like, man, fuck you, Sylvain. But she's like, why aren't you giving me attention?
Me? Pass who now?
Huh?
Look at me. I'm a girl, you know.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, I see. A girl. You're a girl. Huh. Sorry. I know it's true in theory, but it looks like my brain just didn't want to accept it. But you're correct. You are a beautiful girl in your own right. Yes, that is a statement with which I agree.
What the fuck is this conversation?
I'm sorry for being so rude, my lady. How can I ever make this up to you?
Yeah, hang on, back up. Don't get the wrong idea.
Seriously, I feel just dreadful about how I acted. This is the first time I've done anything like this. It's shocking that I'm capable of such low behavior. Even if you are a somewhat crude, I mean, spirited girl, that doesn't excuse my...
When you're too much of a tomboy, that Sylvain the... Sylvain the actual flirt guy just like brain does not compute. Yeah, why did you want this, Leonie? He flipped the talk to women switch.
What did you just call me?
Right, of course. I'm sorry. I can't believe I was so thoughtless.
Hey! Acting pitiful won't get you anywhere. I won't just forget about this, you know.
Damn, dude. Of course, I always stop and talk to women all the time. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna go now. Wait, hold on a second. Wait, but I'm a Wambun. Why aren't you talking to me? I'm confused. That was a little bit faster than I expected. But I guess, yeah, since we did the backlog of, like, 3 hours of supports, I mean, once we get the time skip, it's gonna be just a shit ton of, like, A supports. Like, actually, his speech pattern's completely changing after the reminder is cool. Yeah, I mean, it's... I don't know if we ever really got the full rundown of Sylvain, right? From a writing perspective. Yeah, it's interesting that they're able to very distinctly write both, like, modes for him. The way that Rance explained his character was that it's kind of like his, you know, that kind of... How do I say it? It's like the like I need attention from people kind of like it's attention seeking behavior of like I'm going to flirt with everybody because I need to feel loved and appreciated or something. I'm like, oh, that's that's cool, Sylvain. Good for you. Also, you know, at least you're not Lorenz. You know? At least you are acting... At least people aren't, like, horrendously disgusted with you all the time. You know, it's just some people who find you obnoxious, right? Okay. Let's round with the unit appearance, Sylvain. Attire. Oops. I guess I can make him a butler. The desire to earn affection since he believes everything gifted to him being noble. Hence he looks down on his natural talents. I see. Yeah, it's kind of like... I mean, I guess I can kind of get that, right? Where it's sort of like... Because, hey, there maybe there's some, like, overlap with imposter syndrome, but it's kind of like... Yeah, it's tough for me to articulate, but it's like... Because I feel like it's something that I relate to, but in like, a different manner, where it's like... The only thing that I feel like I get to have that's mine are the things that I, like, make with my own hands. Right? I think I've talked about this before. But it's like, I don't... Like, certainly things are given to me, but it feels like the only things that I can reliably get are things that I create. So... In the same way for Sylvain, it's like he needs to go out of his way to be like flirtatious and receive people's attention because that's the only thing he knows like the thing I can get with my skills that is reliable, that is not like given to me or just like being a noble or something is being flirtatious. That is my skill that I can rely on and get reliable results or whatever. Whereas I feel like for me, it's kind of like a... Oh, you want a VTuber model? Make it. You want a stream? Make it. You want these things? You have to make it yourself. You want to make a video game? You have to make it yourself. Right? The only way I can get those things is if I make it myself. Instead of Loren's sexual harassment, he at least has the courtesy to engage in sexual harassment. Yeah, it's like, at least Sylvain has some riz, you know? Whereas Lorenz is like, hey, would you like to know about how much I hate the common folk? It's like, all right, Loren's grandpa, let's get you to bed. We can't be talking about the commoners like that anymore, Lorenz. It's not okay. Can't do that. Oh, I didn't participate in the tournament. I could have done that. Okay, what am I doing? We have talked to everybody. We've talked to at least Edelgard and Monica and Hubert. I don't think I need to talk to anybody else. Oh, we've done the professor points and the support, so I believe we can just end today. Instruct. We can try the paralog again, I guess. Except people will be higher level or higher skill this time. Maybe Leone as an assassin will actually help. A thief, I guess. Was close to leveling. Oh, can you learn alert stance now? Maybe that'll help. I don't know about the rest of these guys. Why are you learning riding? Oh, for Holy Knight. But you're also gonna need a lot of heavy armor.
Oh, I was right.
Oh yeah, for Fortress Knight, because he's probably not gonna get any defense. So the Fortress Knight is probably going to give him more defense. Bernadetta needs flying for Dark Flyer. Loren's bed talk gotta be worse. Man be smashing and probably talking about noble responsibilities. God, it's actually so cringe when I think about it. It's like, oh my god. I feel like there's a lot of what do you say it?
Wow. I'm really good.
Like it's Black Magic Avoid, interesting.
Hey.
I want to say that there's always lines that are like talking about wanting to. I don't know how I want to say this, okay? I don't know what the right words are. Like, I will receive your child, basically. Right? And the many different variants of that. I feel like if you wrote Lorenz and you did the same context for the... It just sounds so weird, you know what I mean? It's just like, what the fuck? I don't like it.
Professor?
No. Sure. Why would you ever decline one of these events? I'm kind of curious. It's free.
I will.
Wait, do you not learn alert stance at C+?
I'm getting it.
Got it. Good.
I thought you learned alert stance at C+. I did not see who this was.
Thank you very much.
Ah, it was Marianne. It's at B. Fucking hell. Thought it was at C+. Okay. None of that. None of this. He's gonna learn Death Blow. What is Dex +4? Is that good? Hit, avoid, crit, avoid. Oh, that's actually good. Trade this for this. Trade this for this. I don't think the Dex +4 is important. You are fine. Oh, no. I think you're gonna learn the Fiendish Blow. So... I don't know what you would unequip. I guess Faith, right? I think Dorothy is also going to learn Fiendish Blow. You are definitely going to learn... hit +20. Yes, I don't need this. I don't know how close she is to learning Fiendish Blow. Okay. Let's save. Sword prowess, lance prowess, axe prowess, and brawling prowess is a great ability lineup. Who was that? Was that me? Yeah, personally really hope the next Fire Emblem game is more like 3 Houses than Engage. Engage was fun, but can't lie, due to characters and story, feel no desire to see the characters again. Yeah, I feel like the more I've played Engage, the more I'm like... It was fine. But I'm definitely struggling a little bit with the battles. I haven't touched it in about a week. Ferdinand von Ayer had all of them equipped. Ah, I see. Understandable. Alright, time to be uncontrollably angry about this. Can't wait to be... I can't believe I need to click through all of these.
Hello, some different.
But there was something that I wanted to try, because it's possible that someone recommended using Impregnable Wall the other day. So it's like, maybe that's good. Like, maybe taking 1 damage is better than the retaliation attack. Or I can do stuff like retaliate, or I might be able to like save Byleth, for example, by assault trooping and then doing the Impregnable Wall after. So... maybe that can help me get through, like, the initial turns. Oh, right, I don't have any of the other battalions that I gave myself. I just bought the one. Is there nothing I can sell? Like, actually nothing. And maybe my, set of killer weapons also helps. I think we can do that. The other one is plus charm. It doesn't really matter. I could have a killer axe. I can't use it yet. Me too, TBH. I've been getting my strategy game fixed from a gacha game the last month, so haven't really felt like continuing it. Oh, really? What is the, what's the gacha game? I'm wondering.
Is that the one? Is that the
Thanks a bunch.
Sword of Corvalia. Genuinely like it. Interesting. Oh, cool. I mean, this looks pretty cool. Is this like new? July 2024. It is. That is very new. Alright. I mean, if it's fun, it's fun. For once, it is a gacha game with interesting and fun gameplay. Yeah, I started playing. It launched a month ago. Yeah, I mean, like, that's how I've explained before that it's like gacha games are like gacha is an experience in and of itself. And then also there is the interesting aspect of having quote-unquote restrictions in your run by like not forcing getting every single meta unit forever. Obviously, gacha is hard for a lot of people because they'll get like a desire in their head, for example, and be like, now I must have that unit. So it's like really not healthy for them. But I think enjoying gacha games like free to play is completely reasonable. And even if not like fully free to play, being like usually like monthly cards or battle passes are like really good on rate for the game you are playing. And obviously people could make the argument that it's like, well, why don't they just make the resource drops better and then like not have a battle pass? It's like, that's true, but also because we are talking about the reality of what the world is instead of what it could be, which it isn't. You know, buying those things tends to be pretty on rate. I don't generally like buying packages that are just like material packages because they tend to be like not as good on rate, but yeah. The first featured unit is right up your alley. She's just you. What the fuck? Come on! No! What is the name of the character? What's the character? Tell me. What is it? I need to find it for research purposes. Okay. So it's just a somewhat unfortunate game because it really is easy to tell there was a lot of potential that was a bit gutted by gacha moment. Interesting. There's a lot of complexity that feels like it's almost there, but not fully. Plus, Spirals of Destiny always feels a bit sad. Gloria Banner has already passed, unfortunately. I mean, it's okay. I'm gonna look it up and then not later. God, I am so unbelievably erect. She's cute. Damn. Her breastplate is like very cool. She's the flag of justice. Damn. Damn. Damn, she's literally me, for real, for real. She's a pretty good unit too. I think I don't look at tier lists. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Her spear is a spear flag hybrid. Yeah, one of the first... So this is the current design of the banner. But I used to have a spear tip. I removed it because it was too annoying to draw every time. That's literally the only reason. But in my character sheet, I have the spear on the tip. Yeah, I mean, this character looks cool as fuck. They were like, here, you want this very specific thing, right? And I'm like, yes. I am nutting. She's so cute. She has an attack where she throws the flag to deal AoE damage, and the flag is left to buff her units around it. It's literally just me. This is the flag bearer. This is literally the thing. I mean, yeah. Obviously, I am not the only person who can come to the conclusion of what of those ideas getting put together. I'm glad that it is somewhere else. I guess the other thing is I'm glad that there are people who have the same brain rot as me and then like make the thing. Can you guess why I rolled for her? I don't know. Is it because she's a good unit? I don't know. She's in fact a good unit. Good AoE in spear mode. High damage in sword mode. Good support. Plus movement, plus banner gives passive stat boost. And as long as she's facing the enemy, she's very strong. Yeah, very cool. Because she's cute. I do think she's cute. Alright. Let me do this. Oh, hold on a second. Hold. Pause. I forgot to do certifications. Because I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah, damn. It's unfortunate that I wasn't here at the launch of this person. Damn. It's interesting that they would make a gacha game that's like a tactical RPG. Very interesting. Because it feels like tactical RPGs are like harder to balance, I guess. Please pass. 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 Let's go! Fuck yeah. Which basically gives your entire squad +1 movement, which is huge since most units have 3 movement at base. Oh yeah, that's incredible. I have to buy an intermediate seal. Or can I not buy an intermediate seal because I don't have any gold? Nice. Get him. Most units have 3 movement at base, and then there is Cole ricocheting herself 13 tiles in 1 turn. Who's that? Can't believe I need to listen to Lorenz talk at all again. Cole is funny thief. Ah, I see. It's this person.
Ah, perfection. Oh, these tea leaves are just divine. Quite the impressive selection, if I do say so myself.
Sorry, I was just looking at more of the character designs.
Alright, let's see.
But I gotta say, the elements are kind of whack. There's 3 that go in a triangle as you'd expect, but then the 2 other
To my father.
has 1 that just beats the other, so there's an element which is pure. I don't know if I fully understand it. Upside and 1 that is pure downside. Oh. I really sometimes wish swords wasn't a gacha sometimes. The 2 separate ones have their own balancing. Yeah, it's like... I don't know. I agree that people should not play multiple gachas, or maybe any gachas at all, depending on the circumstances. I don't really know where I was going with that point, but it's like, I think it is fair to appreciate gacha games for what they are, I guess. Just be like, yep, that's what I'm playing. Gotta make sure to not blow my entire wallet on Gloria, but I'm glad you didn't tell me, actually, because I probably would have spent an ungodly amount to roll this unit and then not play the game. Okay, let's try this. Maybe? Wait, am I holding a shield? I'm not holding a shield. That's surprising. I should probably also have a bow. I do have a bow. Loren should have a bow. I probably don't have time to finish this map, but I'm gonna try.
Far more enemies than I expected. I am... Oh.
I agree there. If Spirals of Destiny was reworked to flow a bit better, less chaff, and was the main content, it'd be sick. Yeah, I mean, because it's like a live service game or concurrent game, the hope is that there will be, you know, updates, good updates and such. Oops.
I will prevail.
Stay focused.
The sun.
Assist. Ward.
Well done.
I'm just gonna stand here and see what happens.
Battle.
Let's get to it.
That's my cue.
Oh no.
I will get the victory.
I stand ready.
Just looked at the game you guys were talking about. Called my favorite design, love his mask. Wait, what about Gloria? What do you think about Gloria, Rance? You think Gloria is like a cool character? I fucking died. Are you serious? You think Gloria is a cool character? Like, you know, I'm just asking, like, you know, I'm just wondering if you think, like, you know, I'm just like wondering. I'm just like kind of asking, you know what I mean? You know, I'm just wondering. You know, asking for a friend.
Oh no.
I get that destroyers have stuff to make up for their inherent
That's my cue.
an elemental weakness, but it's still strange that there's a pure downside element. Side is their stats the downside of being countered by Watchers of the Balancing. I love Gloria because I'm a sucker for knights in general, PBH. I love dying! Let's fucking go! Gamble Core! When did I move? Okay, cast of the
Stay
ward.
focused.
This is going great.
I will get the victory.
Battle.
I stand ready.
Let's get to it.
That's my cue.
Chivalry and justice without compromise, my beloved. That's your kink. I get it. You want someone to shove their literal flag up your ass and claim you. Did you try to get Simona? Or is the short hair not it? What's Simona? Oh, she is also very cute. She's also another knight girl. Very cool. Okay, what am I doing? Wait, the archer is just in the back and is going to kill me. I forgot. Okay, let's start with this. I should have attacked with a killer bow.
Oh no.
I will prevail. One.
Okay, what I was thinking of doing was assault trooping. Need like one heal.
Thank you.
There were personalities that speak to me in the same way. Ah, true. Wait, if you care about chivalry and stuff, and like, you know, then like, I'm just wondering, you know, like, if it's about chivalry and stuff, like, you know, maybe I'm not the most chivalrous person, you know, I'm just saying that it's, it's possible that maybe I'm not the most impressive in that regard. Too Horby all the time. Or is it like marching towards Horbiness is like similarly admirable? Fuck. Wait, I didn't equip the gambit to anybody. I'm so stupid. I'm so fucking dumb. Then what do I do now? Die? I just fucking die? Pretty sure I just die.
I can't wait to
Wow.
challenge you.
We just get it. We just did it. I mean, if we somehow randomly survive this for no good reason. Yeah, okay. Alright. Got it. I'm going to retreat so that I can equip the gambit that I needed to survive more than one turn. We're absolutely not finishing this today. Okay. May not be the most chivalrous, but hey, the model is cute. Though to be honest, you don't pull up the heartstring or that string in my heart. Damn. Chivalry and justice is something very dear to me in a way that is hard to explain. Those who speak to it are far and few between in fiction and in real life. Interesting. I mean, I'm kind of curious to understand, like, what part of that speaks to you. I mean, you said it's hard to explain, but it's kind of like, I think for me, I've kind of made this joke, observation, or whatever before, where it's like, it's very strange to me that I chose to be, or I also really like the idea or concept of having a flag as a weapon, and also like the flag as a staff for the mage who throws it, and then like, there's a lot of things that I like about the theming and stuff of the idea of a flag bearer or inspiration-based caster or support-based caster or whatever, but like, I'm not really like a very how do you say, like, virtuous, like, what is the term? It's like kind of, it's like nationalistic or overarching. What is the right word here? I literally can't think of it. It's like, I'm not like, ah, yes, for more virtual than virtuous, yeah. It's like, ah, yes, for my, like, for the greater good of the flag that I carry. You know what I mean? Like, that's not really where my brain is at, or where my brain rot is at with the thing. So I always find it interesting. Yeah, I'm not a very like, yes, we will solve things together as the team with the flag and the whatever. Which is kind of surprising for the fact that I am a flag bearer person. Oh, that's what it is. It's like, I don't really like rely on other people. I'm actually like hyper individualistic. Rather than, yes, we will cross the finish line together. It's like, I kind of am. Whenever it has to do with actually functioning in a team, I think I'm a very competent team player, I guess. But the actual, like my actual, I guess, ideology, like, as a person is not, like, very strongly associated with relying on other people or just being the inspiration person, like, right? Did I not buy the thing yet? Because I thought I bought it. Did I scroll past it and I didn't? I think I was looking for green, and then I didn't see green. Not gonna be Lynn. Maybe be Dorothea. Might be Leonie though. Okay. Where's Impregnable Wall? There it is. Okay. Okay. Clear the flag doesn't mean one has to march with others. Sometimes bearing a flag just means you have to work with it by yourself. There's only needs to be one person to march with the flag, no one else. Dang. I mean, I guess that's a way to put it.
I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
But yeah, it's like in a team scenario, I think I'm a very good team player, but it's not like I necessarily say, I am just the person who is the inspiration mage, and all I can do is inspire people.
Stay focused.
It's like, no, I have to fucking get shit done, you know?
The sun.
Well done.
I suppose I believe that to an extent.
Let's get to it.
Yeah, I guess there's just always like a small feeling of like I'm a cop out on the what's it called? Words are just not coming to me today. I'm a cop out as far as the general theming of a flag-based person. Fly has enough experience working the flag by himself. Absolutely. That's correct. I take a very hands-on approach. Makes sense, especially your character's lore being last of the flag bearers. Yeah. Yeah, which, by the way, I could also talk about my lore for, like, hours and hours and hours if you would like me to, but the TLDR is that Lyria was a, like, kingdom in the sky or some shit, and we were supposed to manage and worship the time goddess or something. Which, again, I know we're playing Three Houses, but I did literally write all of this stuff before I played this game. Just because the context is funny, and I recognize that it's funny to have, like, a society that worships a time goddess is literally the context of Three Houses. But the idea was that people were like, yeah, I guess, and also the theming of, like, taking down the gods because people are disgruntled by the state of people who worship the gods is also theming in this game. But anyways, literally a Blue Lions character. Yeah, so the idea was the Empire's plan was actually relatively successful, and Lyria fell from the sky. And then I was, like, kicked off of the island because the flag bearer died. And it was like, It's like someone has to hold the flag. Everyone is going to die. You will not die. Here is the flag. Hope is in your arms. And then pushed off of the Sky Island. And it's like, good luck! And then you wake up at the bottom of a tower. Metroidvania begins. Except you wouldn't have the first part of that story. You have amnesia. Because that is better for the mystery of why the fuck did I wake up like this, holding a flag? Why is my first objective to find the flag? Why does that matter? In a sense, I guess, for me, whether or not someone works with others is superficial to being a flag bearer. I've seen people who march on their own lonesome. To me, they are noble. They shine brightly in my eyes in a way that makes me burn with pride, which I can't really put into words. Nice. I mean, you know, it's cool. I understand that there are complicated feelings, which is fine. Fine to have complicated feelings.
That's my cue.
This is one fucking damage off. I'm tilted! I'm tilted! I'm going to tilt! Crit? Ooh! 41%. My question is how is this going to change who's attacking who when I do the thing?
Well done.
So my concern is Dorothy is going to get destroyed. Yeah, definitely my concern. So I think Lorenzo's going to stand here and hopefully not die. Flower 3 houses mod when? Like, come on, Flower, we all know you want to insert yourself into the story so you could talk with Lysithia. What the fuck? Oh my god. It's too schizo. Too dank, too schizo. Alright, so we can't actually do that.
I will get the victory.
See if we can get a crit. Nice. That's really good.
Let's get to it.
I stand ready.
I will prevail.
Because now I can stand here. It still doesn't work. Put this. Okay. It is complicated to me, to be honest. It's very personal. All I can really say is those who are noble and chivalric burn very bright. It was not to be so serious for a moment. You're getting your ass cooked here. No. It's fine. I'm tired. We have 2 minutes left, and I do leave in 2 minutes. That is going to happen. This is more me trying to figure out if this map is like even solvable for me at this point, because frankly, I don't know if it is.
Thank you.
There's more to see if this works at all. Alright. Let's see. Because it's really these first, like, couple of turns. If Ferdinand would fucking dodge anything, dude. No, I mean, I think I relatively understand. I actually was talking to a friend of mine, and we were trying to... Well, I was trying to. Very frequently, I talk at this person, unsurprisingly. Trying to elucidate what inspiration is. Because people talk about inspiration a lot, but then it's like, okay, sure, that's great and all, but literally what the fuck is it? Like, can we describe it? Right?
I like how this...
And basically what I came to the conclusion of, or this is how I feel about it, I guess, which doesn't need to be like dogmatic or all-encompassing, but a large part of inspiration is... What the fuck? Is, since it frequently features people who are overcoming, like, you know, like overcoming the odds, right? Like overcoming difficulty in cases where, like, all hope should be lost, and then you're like, no, but they will, like, they will overcome. Like, it gives people hope, because people can imagine, like, well, if that person can overcome adversity, then maybe I can overcome adversity. And then it, like, gives people hope. Which, again, is very funny to me, because I'm just, like, a, like, tremendously hopeless person. Like, I think it's really, it's quite a bad thing. Where I'm just like, nah, like, I'm cooked, bro. Like, there's no way. Like, whenever I say stuff like, we've been at this for 3 years, and, like, I'm not going anywhere, like, I'm saying it because I'm hopeless and I'm fucking cooked. Right? But, yeah, in terms of overcoming adversity, that seems to be a main theme, and that appears to be the mechanism for people to, like, have hope or be inspired or whatever.
Well done.
That's what I thought. Hopefully this Pegasus Rider doesn't kill Lorenz or anyone else, but we're just gonna stand here. No, genuinely, even if you don't see yourself as a noble or knightly or whatever, some traits are simply superficial. Stick to your principles, that's the most important part to be a noble.
Thieves, do not
Yeah, and I guess there's the idea of, like, there are, like, obviously, it's the whole idea that, oh, well, fuck. Alright, it's cool. There's the idea that people often get obsessed with, like, concepts or ideas, as opposed to, like...
Damn, I'm
Okay,
letting
well, we
the
only
captain
died. People get obsessed with concepts or ideas, and I think, like, when it becomes just about the concept or idea, like, that tends to be the problem. Right? Like, this is when we talked about generalizations and heuristics, maybe? Or this might have just been a discussion I had with my friend. But the idea is that it's like, if you believe a generalization without a shadow of doubt, you're an asshole. Like, generally. Like, if you think, for example, like, generally, someone who is working in fast food for minimum wage maybe isn't the most successful person. If you believe that, like, that could generally be true, because they're generally choosing to have this job that is not, you know, financially the most successful, or you could make an observation about that. But that's not always true all the time, right? And there's a lot of things to like, think about in regard to it. As a generalization to make inferences, sure, you can think about it. But if you believe it without a shadow of a doubt, you're an asshole, right? So people get obsessed with ideas and stuff. But I think that if you have a good understanding of why that idea is important, like, to me, it always goes to, like, general principles. Like, every idea that people like or is successful or whatever for any reason, I feel like I can always see that it relates to general ideas or principles. Like, it's never about the substance of what they believe, right? Like, it's never... So, like, allow me to explain. It's not about the idea of... Like, I'm not obsessed with the idea of, like, a flag bearer character because I'm obsessed with the idea of hope or the idea of, like, specifically flags or something like that. It's probably because I'm a truly incredibly hopeless individual, and, you know, maybe my hope was that, like, other people who are hopeless can be like, hey man, you can achieve anything you want to because I'm fucking stupid and I'm able to, like, live stream and have a VTuber model and practice and study things and I can still succeed. And I struggle on, like, a daily basis, but I'm still trying my best. So that's something that I wish I could hear and believe or something. So I want to put that out in the world, right? It's not about the specific contents of the thing, right? It's about the, like, appreciation of the idea or, like, the actual principles of the thing. So in the same way, something like chivalry or standing by your ideas or ideology, like, there is a value in that. And my understanding of why there's a value in that is that it doesn't matter what the substance is of the thing that you feel like you hold dear or understand very well. The important thing is that it makes sense to you. Because if it makes sense to you, then you can, like, use that as a compass to, like, move your life forward, right? It doesn't need to be, like, some super all-encompassing, widely applicable thing. It's like, if you're able to see, it's how, God, there's a term for this. It's how people make, like, comparisons to, like, sports, for example, right? Where they're like, I'm going to explain this through the lens of sports. Or, like, I see that this carryover goes to, like, sports, or sports actually applies to art, or, like, mastery applies to video games, or whatever, right? Like, all of these things can be seen through different lenses, and you just apply it to the way that somebody would understand it. And to me, the only reason that that is possible is because the actual, like, underlying principle of why any of that is important is the same. Like, it will always be transferable. Like, every skill you ever learn, if you understand it at a principled level, will be transferable because all of it is principled. Every concept will always be principled when you strip away all of the noise. Like, if it's not about knights, it's about character design, and character design is about appeal. And appeal, like, widespread appeal is just, like, how humans interpret, like, what they like, which is about, like, personalities and subjective interest, right? And how you interact with subjective interest relates to, like, you move things around a lot, right? They're not all the actual exact same principle, but what I'm saying is that as long as you understand why the thing that is, like, schizo in your head important to you is important, that's more important than that actual thing being important. That's my schizo rant for today. There you go. Alright, let me just read stuff. Alright. Feel hopeless, the world will move on, the infinite possibilities twist. Yeah, okay. Don't be chivalrous for chivalry's sake. Believe in it for the thing that chivalry brings. Yeah, exactly. I believe there's something that's worth fighting for. Yep. Never be chivalric for chivalry's sake. Yeah. Of course, acknowledge the bad that it may bring. Yeah. Overcoming adversity and holding on to hope despite tragedy is why characters like Guts are so popular. You fall, make mistakes, but as long as you keep actually trying till the end, your story will be inspirational. Yeah, exactly. That's why I was saying it seems that the thing with my understanding of inspiration is that it's being able to see other people overcome adversity, like, puts hope that people who are observing the person who's overcoming adversity can also overcome adversity. Right? That's just what inspiration seems to mean to me. The problem is when people try to make their own opinion into fact. Anyways, moving on. Well, yeah, because the thing is, like, I do need to go, so I'm gonna see if I can wrap this up, but the subjective thing in your brain, or, like, your mental, I guess you could call it a mental model. You have a mental model of reality. If other people don't have that same mental model of reality, Sorry for bringing the heavy atmosphere. This is just a normal Flare stream. I don't know what you're talking about. Me rambling about random shit for multiple minutes instead of playing the game. Welcome to the stream. Game Award speech going on here. Wrap it up. Shush. Okay, so you have a mental model of reality. Assuming other people understand that mental model of reality is not always true. I think that it is valuable that if you have a valuable mental model of reality that helps you, like genuinely helps you, that other people can afford to be more receptive to why that is important. Right? And I think that that's a viewpoint that I have adopted because I used to be someone who was very like set in my own ways and did not like care to listen to other opinions. Like I thought I had it figured out, but from like a lens of everyone else is genuinely stupid. I'm still frustrated with the world, but I don't actually think people are dumb. Like I'm frustrated with people, but I don't like. I think that there's a lot more to it than my own frustrations. Which is why I was like, oh, you seem to care a lot about this chivalry idea. Like, what's that about? Help me understand. Because even if that is not my subjective interpretation of reality, that, like, there could be value in me understanding why you care about this so much, right? And then, you know, I did the thing where I'm like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. I can relate that to something that I understand about reality, which the thing that stuck out to me was sticking to your principles. And the reason why I think that is important, not to a fault, because we can acknowledge that there's problems with bullheadedly sticking to your principles, right? But the reason why you would want to stick to your principles is because it allows you to do stuff like overcome adversity. Because when you wake up the next day and you say, I need to protect the things that I care about, when I wake up today, I am going to go to work because I need to protect the things that I care about. If that is your principle, that allows you to do things like deal with a bullshit boss. Right? Like that allows you to overcome adversity. So there's value in what you're saying. And I feel like I understand that through lenses that I have. Right? It's a base principle. Right? This is just like a rule. for lack of a better way of saying it. Like, I just understand that that is like a thing. So yeah, and I think more people can afford to do that. And I think there are some people who maybe do understand things at a pretty intuitive level of like maybe why they believe something, but then can't articulate it. And then I think there are also people who believe things that are like not the greatest things to believe, but then similarly they believe it at an intuitive level for particular reasons and then can't articulate why it's useful. And interestingly, that thing could be useful, but is not well suited for many other reasons. So we can understand why they would do the thing for a particular reason, but then understand we also don't need to do it. Like someone who is like overly defensive, we can understand why they would be overly defensive because like they're insecure, right? Because they feel the need to defend themselves all the time, right? So we know why they're doing it, and it makes sense why they would want to do it, and it's completely reasonable that they would do it, but there's more to it. There are other things. You can consider other perspectives. So sure, like, defend yourself as you need to, but what about scenarios where it might not be the most appropriate to do that, like to die on a hill? And for me, I guess the flip side of that is, like, dying on a hill for principles that you stand by blocks you off from understanding what is happening on the other side of the conversation, basically. So if you truly believe with 100% certainty that you, like, care about one particular thing, and you will die on the hill, and I'm not specifically trying to pick on you, Cavalier, but a few of the examples I thought of did come from you. So, you know, the new devs of Risk of Rain 2 do not respect the game because the game is a buggy mess and they hate Risk of Rain 2. I'm gonna die on this hill, and I believe this. The reason why I'm demonizing the devs is because there was this game that I really enjoyed and they kind of ruined the experience, right? So I'm sad, and I don't like the fact that they ruined Risk of Rain 2. That is completely reasonable. I didn't ever say they hate the game. Yes, so we're going to make a caricature of Cavalier. Cavalier has said that that is not how they think. I just don't think they care as much as the old ones. Sure, any kind of negative comparison that makes these people worse than the last people. Why would you even feel the need to do that, though? Like, why do you even need to make that comparison? To me, my understanding of that is because, well, they kind of ruined your game. It's completely reasonable for you to be mad at them and, like, make a negative comparison of the new devs, because in reality, they did fuck up. And also that, like, it's upsetting when your game stops working, right? But if that's a hill that you're gonna die on, then you can't acknowledge the fact that, like, maybe they do actually care as much as the old devs. It's just they kind of fucked up because they're not as good as the old devs. I don't know. Or, like, literally they made a build that was actually fucked. Like, this happens all the time, right? And then they're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, and now they're trying to put out fires, right? So it is important to not be completely blinded by your ideas. Don't die on hills. And also, I don't believe that example is fully encompassing of Cavalier. I think Cavalier is not actually a like, is not a bad person. Wow, crazy. It's just like the example that I thought of. I just like armored people too, just for the record. We have an old school knight chivalry. Speaking of which, if one of you has a girlfriend, chat, we're dueling for her. I'm a master at using my secret blade. Yeah. The most important part of sticking to principles is the ability to change them with new knowledge. Yeah, and it's like, it's not always that things need to be transmuted. Like, many things can be true all at the same time. So it's like, I understand this principle, so this is true, so this is my understanding of the thing. And then also, this other new thing is true. There's lots of talk over bringing a hunting horn as your secondary weapon in Wilds just to buff yourself, but I personally think it'll take too long to apply the buffs to be worth. Interesting. I think the hills you're on should be willing to be hills to die on. Well, I think they should also be hills you're willing to move off of if needed. It was important to examine yourself. Self-reflection is the most important part about sticking to principles. Sure. Most companies definitely care if their game's doing well because of money. Yeah, I think that I want to believe, or choose to believe, that there are other people who are like me, who care about games very deeply. As like an interactive media that is important for helping with problem solving and other things. There are many good things about games, so I choose to believe that there are other people who do care about games, but humans are humans that will fuck up and, you know, just frankly make things that are bad. And then we can afford to give people time to fix things, and your tolerance for how much you are willing to allow people to fix things or give people time is to, like, to each their own. You say not to die on hills, I'm the opposite. The hills I'm on are hills I'm willing to die on, and the hills I'm willing to kill one, but you never kill someone on a hill without reflection. Murder is bad. The thing for me is that if you're willing to die and kill on a hill, you better be damn sure it's the correct hill. Well, that's what I'm saying, is that correctness is subjective. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Is that having a hill you're willing to die on does not need to be objectively correct. Right? Like, people's mental model or understanding of reality does not need to be all-encompassing or objectively correct. So, because that is a principle that I believe is true, what I'm saying is that if my understanding of reality is subjective and helps me, that means that anyone else who's willing to die on a hill probably has some subjective truth to it that matters to them. So, if I can understand why they subjectively want to die on that hill, then I can, like, become better. Right? Like, it's not about which one is objectively correct. Right? You're really dying on this reality subjective hill? Yes, I am. But the reason is because it is useful for understanding how other people approach, like, reality. Right? The reason why you wouldn't want to treat everything as subjective, and I guess this is another hill I will die on, question mark. Like, this is a principle that I care about or I think is important. Is that, like, understanding what the value of the inverse is really important. So it's like, what is the inverse of reality subjective? Like, what is the natural dichotomy to that? Which is that there are objective truths that should be followed. So, like, there are objective things about reality. If I get stabbed, I will probably die unless I get medical treatment. Like, there is an objective, like, there are rules that make sense. Right? And frankly, for some people, their subjective understanding of reality is so robust that, like, it creates objective rules that are like, well, don't go to places where you'll get stabbed. It's like, well, that could be objectively true if your goal is you don't want to die. Right? So, you know. Does it all make sense? For me, though, if you truly believe in something, you should be willing to die for it. You should be able to reflect on the reality you're in and understand others. Yeah, so again, like, I'll throw it back to you. Why do you need to believe that you need to be willing to die for something? Why is that important? Because something could be really important to you, right? But you don't need to die for it. No one needs to die for anything. Right? Self-reflection is important. Most important to strong beliefs. If you do not examine yourself, strong beliefs are easily dangerous. Yeah. I don't think you need to be willing to die for something, but if you truly believe something, if you're willing to hold it so close to yourself as to fight for it, to kill for it, most importantly, you should be ready to die. Sure. I guess what I'm saying is that, like, the lens of, like, beliefs and why beliefs create understanding and structure for people's lives does not necessarily need to, like, convert to killing people, is what I'm trying to say. Like, a belief can be very important, but it's not like that instantly converts to dying or killing. Is what I'm saying. Murder is also metaphorical, not just literal murder. Sure. I think even if it is a metaphorical murder, you don't need to... Right? Because here's the thing, right? The assumption that you need to destroy something else in order to maintain the other thing, I believe, is a false dichotomy. Beliefs are not on a dichotomy, is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, that is the point I'm trying to get across. Hills don't need to destroy other hills to exist. Right? Like, when I explain that, like, every belief has a dichotomy and both parts of the dichotomy are valuable, it means, like, to me that results in there's no dichotomy. That one I agree on. Yeah, but that's why I'm saying that the overarching belief of like you need to be ready to die or kill for the thing is that like you don't need to die and other people do not need to be killed in regard to the framing of your own beliefs. Yeah, so like poise framing is like the do no harm principle. So that is like another framing, right? So we can see that that framing would be value in particular ways, and then like once again the murder is metaphorical and is extreme. Well, yeah, what I'm saying is that like nothing needs to be destroyed even if it is metaphorical. Right? So, what was the thing that I was saying? Yeah, so the frame of reference that I like using, basically all I'm saying is that the frame of reference I like using is that like my belief and understanding of the world is like my mental model of the world. Other people have mental models of the world. I don't need to destroy their mental model of the world because I feel very strongly about my own. Right? I don't need to interact with another single human being at all in regard to my own beliefs. Right? Like, my beliefs are very valuable, I think, and people who can understand them would find them very valuable, and I believe people can find value in them, and they are certainly valuable to me. However, they're so strong, I guess. That's not really a way of saying it. There does not need to be any adversarialism in regard to the existence of my belief structure. Right? But yeah, it's like I don't need to like exactly. I don't need to convince other people until others hurt others or me. Yeah, so that's like again, that's the framing of like do no harm. But the thing is, I think even one more step removed from that, again, like I've talked about this before, where like it's just a series of lenses and perspectives. So you could say that there's another useful perspective, which is that even if others are hurt or I'm being hurt, that like I don't need to retaliate. Like people, so for example, if someone came into my chat and was like VTubers are bad. You are bad for being a man and being in a female VTuber body. You are bad. Like, I don't have to convince them, and they are hurting me, but I still don't have to convince them. Right? Like, their hurt or discontentment with me has nothing to do with me. So, it doesn't matter. I certainly don't agree with them, and I believe different things. It doesn't matter if I'm getting hurt. So that's like another perspective. That's why I'm saying that, like, I don't try to tend to frame things as very, like, dogmatic. Which is why I'm generally against, I say generally, because I'm not saying I'm against it all the time. I understand the utility. But I am generally against framing things in very, like, dogmatic, like, absolute, like, senses. I think the only thing that I can maintain as dogmatic is that you should try to not be dogmatic. And even then I understand that there's value in the flip side, right? Because the purpose of being dogmatic and firm in your beliefs is so that, like, you have a moral compass. Like, that is literally the flip side. That's why it's important to have the flip side. Hopefully that made sense to you. Okay. I think we're mostly on the same page, but I'm just wanting to point out the nuance that I think is important. Okay, having fundamental belief is good, but yeah, sometimes there are situations you have to let it go. For example, I'm on the bus, guy says something racist. If I stand up to him, I could get stabbed. Yeah, exactly. Or even die. Yeah. Most beliefs, even those you hold dear, are not with yeah, okay. That was that part. Murder is just convincing someone, yeah. But even your most strongly held belief is not something you need to convince people of. I don't need to convince others, yeah, okay. It's good to have principles and strong ethics, but understand their guidelines, and very few guidelines will be applicable to all situations. Exactly. Even your strongest beliefs need to have some seed of doubt. To have principles is to understand when they can be broken. Yes. Even with the do no harm principle, most people, myself included, will overlook minor breaks to their beliefs by others. Yeah. So it's like, if it doesn't matter, it's like, okay, well, I don't need to whatever. I guess for the purposes of example and just understanding, I think that there's like an even further removed space brain, what I call the space brain lens, which is that even if every other person, like every single other person, if every other single other person in this world thinks that I am crazy, and the world is going to shit, and everything in the world is going to shit, the only thing that I can have is my own contentment. Which means that all of the principles and beliefs that I hold in all of the shit does not mean anything. Literally nothing I believe about any of my beliefs or principles matter. So I could have the strongest beliefs in the world, and other people could be getting harmed in regard to adversity in relation to competition of beliefs. And then there could still be no meaning, because the only thing I can have is my contentment. Right? The purpose of beliefs and all that stuff and understanding is to function in the real world. So yeah. Many lenses. You just simply need to have... The best way to understand the world is to collect lenses. I'm just a lens collector. So when people explain something to me, I'm like, well, that's a lens of perspective. And I collect it. And I just have a drawer or shelf of many different lenses. Like one that I genuinely thought was interesting, just for the record, because this was something that Cavalier mentioned, that I was like, I don't think this is a hill you need to die on, but I do think it's interesting, was the representation of left-handed people. I never even thought about that. I was like, that's bizarre. That's like I never would have even considered that. And I probably won't for most of anything, but who knows? Maybe one time in the future, I will be designing a left-handed character, and I will do my best to apply my design thinking in order to facilitate the gameplay while also having them be left-handed, because we acknowledge that there were design constraints, like literally hitboxes, etc., and whatever. So it's like I never would have thought about that, but hey, it's a lens of perspective. I can have that lens of perspective. It doesn't delete anything else. It's just a lens of perspective. I don't have to die on the hill, but it's true. To somebody, at least. Probably to a few people. No matter how much Bunches convince you he's short. Glasses, boy! I am dogmatic. To not be extreme is rational. To not stand up when you could get hurt is rational, but I am not rational. Some hills definitely aren't worth dying on. Large Tiny is a principle I will die on. It's a hill I will die on. Yeah. So again, it's my intuition that says that, like, something about believing the idea more on the... Like, extreme is the wrong word, because there are different contexts for why we call things extreme. Well, like, believing something with your whole ass likely has some value to you. And I think I understand that. Like, I get that. However, I also recognize that believing things with my whole ass is the thing that gets me in trouble when it's really important to not do that, which you've already disclosed you believe in, so that's good. You said collect lenses, Glasses Boy. I know! That's why I was laughing at it. Why I thought it was funny. I just collect lenses. That's all I do. And then one day I will be the strongest Glasses Boy because I'll have so many lenses that I won't be able to put them all on at once. Oh, my bad. No. No, I thought it was funny. Believe things with your whole ass gets you in trouble sometimes. To me, at least, that's worth it. Sure. There's probably a lot more that we could talk about in this conversation, but I do need to go 35 minutes ago, so I'm gonna go. I'm going to go. So, that was a pleasant conversation. I thought it was interesting. And, I'm gonna go. Tomorrow, we are maybe going to start making a game design document for Dustborn. So, I'm sure this entire discussion about dying on hills of beliefs and stuff will not be relevant at all for tomorrow. I'm sure it won't. Okay, so thank you so much, everybody, and I will see you all next time. Dustborn probably does have some hills they want to die on. We'll find out. All right, see you there, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye.